So Everton 4. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 4. VAR saved today. Everton 2, Arsenal 1. Wow. Wowee. Is anyone surprised? Trust the process. It took Klopp 4 years. Why is everyone crying? Kenny, what did you make of
you know what? That's a sackable offence. That result in itself is a sackable offence. You know, because simple reasons that if you saw Everton in the Merseyside derby and you saw how bad they were in terms of like how they allowed Liverpool to dominate possession, the first half they were pitiful. Don't get me wrong, we were crap, but they were just as bad. Nothing they did was quality whatsoever. And all we did was just that typical selves. Couldn't look the gift horse in the mouth, despite the fact we made significant changes. And you know, it took for Everton to get a goal disallowed from Richarlison for us to actually think, hang on, we're in a football match. And then just on the stroke of half time, Kieran Tilly puts a good cross in. Odegaard places his shot into the back of the net. And that was it. That was an invitation to go and take Everton's confidence away from them. Guess what? I repeat, they had a goal disallowed just before we scored. So when a team who hasn't won since September, I repeat, have not won since the end of September, and they're allowed to win this game. They were there for the taking. Their confidence was down, but as usual, we were usual Mick Arteta selves, organised, difficult to break down. Let's see if we can, like I said, hold the 1-0 lead, even though we've got 45 minutes to go, and just like that, Everton. We got a warning shot when Richarlison was offside again. And instead of just thinking, right, let's go down and kill him, and we should have done with, let's face it, with Eddie missing that chance. After that, it was a waste of time, mate. A waste of time. And midfield was a joke. Jack had got himself booked for something stupid. Odegaard was wasting time. You know, Partey, again, found what. But the person who needs horsewhipping is Tavares. He needs horsewhipping, mate. Because when he came on, he created panic that wasn't there. It wasn't there.
He started the second goal, and he was at fault when he started the first goal.
Don't Jack is not blameless, regardless of a booking or not. The fact is, Gomez can turn slower than milk, and yet for some reason, Gomez managed to, with his slow feet, to get the ball and start the attack. And once he started the attack and he was a free on Xhaka, we were on the back foot. But he didn't start there. Tomiyasu, all you had to do was just look at Everton's first goal when Damari Gray hit the bar in that same position. Yet you showed him on his right foot, knowing full well that it was a delicate position. Both teams saw the ball go up for 6 minutes, and both teams thought, right, you know what, man, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can go and nick it, because they had nothing to lose. You know, we thought, oh no, it's a bit embarrassing getting a point here. So it was winner take all, and Everton did it. But Rafa Benitez has to thank his compatriot for that result, because once again, his compatriot's tactics have been the reason why we have lost how many games this season? 6 games by this time. We were laughing at Man United last week when by the way, they look at us
a couple of weeks ago.
Look at Tottenham a couple of weeks ago.
We were one goal in their last 4 league games. Yeah. He broke another record tonight as well, by the way. It's the first time since 1986 Everton have beaten us 3 times in a row.
Well, records are there to be broken, and Mikel Arteta is very good at doing that. You know, people are laughing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, all the records he's breaking at Man United. Well, Mikel Arteta's broken a few. I mean, we finally realised the style of play that we're watching under Arteta. We always said that there wasn't a definable style of play. We know it now. It's contain, be compact, be excellent defensively, score the first goal, and see it through, because that is Mikel football. I've finally worked out the piffle that I've been watching for the last 2 years. And let me tell you something now, right now. If you want to watch this garbage, then fine. All you're going to get is the FA Cup. I promise you, you're going to get. Yeah, if you're lucky, but you're going to get the FA Cup and the League Cup run if you get the draws kind to you. But if you want to get in the top four, forget it, mate. If you want to get service to your strikers, forget it. If you're a striker, desperate to cut to Arsenal, and let's face it, without the law of European football, we might as well just beg someone to come.
I'm glad you've brought European football into it, because the only team that are not above us that have European football this season are Leicester City, right? And this was peddled as, well, he's got a week to work with the players between matches, etc., etc. Kenny, we're shocking, man. We're shocking to watch. Everyone says he's fixed the defence. I think that's now 19 out of 53 games since the beginning of last season we've lost, right? We're still on a negative goal difference, right? Mm. And he's breaking unwanted records left, right, and centre. Granit Xhaka, we all knew was walking back into that team when he was fit.
We knew that.
Why is he still on the pitch?
Why? I'm not sure.
Why is he coming on over Pepe?
Well, that's the thing. If you really seriously are serious about being an Arsenal coach, if that's the best you could put on when you've got a £72 million player, you try to tell me he is devoid of such confidence that he can't get on for that. For that. Are you serious? For that. I'm not even talking about the fact he wants to leave the football club, but for that. Is this the best we can produce in a game that we're trying to win, and we're trying to get in the top four? And Europe, we produced that. So basically, we left out someone who everyone was saying was one of the best prospects we've had for years. For that gets more minutes than Balogun. That are you having a laugh?
Balogun's apparently going on loan. According
it's going on loan.
After another 6 months of his career wasted.
So that comes on before Pepe. That you have me on. That you mean that this is the guy that has lived off the 2 goals he scored against Norwich. When all these Wazzocks and pinheads and pork chops are going AD 4 years later. That please. Drop me out of it. Drop me out of this process of this.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question, Kenny, right? Because Godfrey, there's going to be talk about should he have been readied, should he have not been readied, right?
Game should have been over. Means nothing.
Me personally, I don't know whether he had a snide look and thought, I'm planting my foot, ready to go, and he looked the opposite way. He looked the opposite way, and he's caught Tomiyasu in the face. Me personally, it's not a red, but maybe on another day. But our fans would go, Mike Dean. Well, I brought up Mike Dean.
Any Arsenal fan is going to use that, needs to take a good look at themselves. All right? So don't even try it. It's not going to work today. That is the least of your worries. Mike Dean making a decision and using the benefit of that for Godfrey. That didn't lose us the match today. What lost us the match today was the fact that we contrived to let one of the worst teams in the country come back from a goal down. And the worst thing about that, we were even trying to give them the game. I mean, let's face it, on another day without VAR, those 2 goals would have been given. Because it was VAR chucked it off. It wasn't an offside flag. The referee's assistant didn't blow for offside for any of those goals that they scored. In 2 years ago, that would have been goals. So we can't can't use the fact that he should have been set off. Well, hang on a minute. We got bailed out by VAR because that was poor defending for both goals.
Shocking.
But it got disallowed. So any Arsenal fan who wants to go down that road needs to keep quiet. And there's no good going on TV, going in front of the camera, shouting at yours and calling someone cheats. Don't kid yourself. Don't pull the wool over people's eyes because it's not working. All right. Last year, certain people who were part of podcasts and fan cams were trying to sell me the fact that Leicester City had more money to spend than us and they were a better team than us and a better position. Then they talked about there being a massive gap. What are they saying now? Because that Leicester City contrived to lose yesterday. They're in a bad run, despite the fact that they got all this money. Man United finally got a manager that's teaching them how to press. Yet somehow they've managed to get the top 4. and the team that we're laughing at still has all these, you know, go-to players and expensively assembled players and team that on their day, if they're properly coached, will blow us out of the water. Oh, guess what? They did it anyway without pressing. So when people, right, in our fan base try to tell me to trust the process, I tell them to go and shove it right up their arse, because I'm telling you now, there isn't a process. The only process is you guys staying in that narrative, pushing yourselves forward, becoming a voice of the fans, and trying to muzzle people like me, you, Jez, and other people who are Arteta out. When all we've been trying to do is point out the problems that have been blatantly obvious since last year. We've been saying, even during this 10-match unbeaten run, and let's face it, part of that 10-match unbeaten run was Leeds and Wimbledon in the
Burnley,
Cup.
Norwich.
Burnley, Norwich, all these teams. And even then, we were still saying there were problems in the last third. We said it.
You're negative, you're toxic.
We exactly. And guess what? This has come to bite us up the arse, because we got away with our kind of safety-first approach in all these games because these teams were poor. The only time we got away from that was against Tottenham, because they were there for taking Leicester. Leicester made panic, and we took advantage of it. Yeah. And guess what? When we played like that, we showed that this is the way forward to try and get us into Europe. But after that, there's a lot of performances which is just the norm, and we got away with murder.
Most of our goals have come in 4 games, mate. Yeah, Spurs 3 goals, Villa 3 goals, Leicester 2 goals,
exactly,
Man United 2 goals. And most of our goals have come in 2 games. That's 10 goals to 18.
Exactly, and that is what has come to bite us up the arse. You know, the Leicester, all these performances where I was very pleased with our approach, and the result of the fact that we look like a half decent attacking team. Villa, Tottenham, and Leicester, 3 games out of 15. What about the other 12? This is other 12 where we basically thought we can get by just making ourselves difficult, nick a goal, and then everyone will say, you know, trust the process. And then Mikel Arteta's got a definable style of play. Yeah, we know what the definable style of play is. Put men behind the ball, even against one of the worst teams in the country. That's his style of play. So when you say Pep Light, and Arsene Wenger Light, be quiet and shut up and say David Moyes Light, because this is David Moyes football.
Yeah,
exactly. Not this crap, not this nonsense and Omega and this kind of utopia football that doesn't exist, only in PlayStation.
Fact. Listen, Kenny, mad passionate as always, man. We're going to do player ratings in about an hour or so. I'm going to rifle through the fan cams. I'll come back to you with a link. Always appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Definitely, mate.
Thank you, mate. I'll take her out.